The Democratic Republic of Congo finds itself yet again in the throes of conflict. Since January 26, 2025, over 700 people have lost their lives. The fighting has left an additional 2,800 injured. This recent surge in violence has forced over 400,000 people from their homes. This displacement adds to the already staggering number of over 1 million people displaced by previous conflicts. The displacement camps, particularly those around Goma, are struggling to cope with the influx of people. Resources are incredibly scarce. Food, clean water, and medical supplies are in short supply. The situation is dire. People are living in cramped and unsanitary conditions. These conditions make them vulnerable to the spread of disease. Reports of sexual violence within the camps are also emerging. The situation is a humanitarian catastrophe. International aid organizations are working tirelessly to provide assistance. However, the needs are immense and growing every day. At the heart of this recent escalation is the M23 Rebel Group. This group, largely composed of ethnic Tutsis, captured Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, on January 27, 2025. They have since declared their intention to remain in Goma. Worryingly, they have hinted at plans for further expansion. The M23's ultimate goal is to march to Kinshasa, the capital of the DRC. They claim to fight against discrimination and hate speech, targeting Congolese Tutsis. They demand the return of Congolese Tutsi refugees who fled to neighboring countries during previous conflicts. However, the DRC government accuses them of seeking control of the region's lucrative mineral resources. The M23's resurgence has been swift and brutal. The group first emerged in 2012. They briefly captured Goma that year before being driven back by government forces. However, they re-emerged in late 2021, capturing significant territory. Their recent capture of Goma marks a significant escalation in the conflict. The DRC government accuses Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebellion. They allege that Rwanda is providing the group with material support. This support includes troops and high-tech military equipment. Reports suggest that between 3,000 and 4,000 Rwandan troops are operating alongside M23 fighters in eastern DRC. Rwanda, however, vehemently denies these allegations. Rwanda claims that the conflict's roots lie in the presence of Hutu militias in eastern DRC. These militias, some of whom were involved in the 1994 Rwandan genocide, have been accused of committing atrocities against civilians. Rwanda accuses the DRC government of failing to address the threat posed by these groups. The international community has expressed concern over the escalating violence in DR Congo. The UN is monitoring the situation. The Southern African Development Community, or SADC, has declared its support for the DRC government. They have deployed peacekeeping troops primarily from South Africa. However, 16 SADC soldiers have been killed in clashes with M23 fighters around Goma in recent days. The current conflict in DR Congo is just the latest chapter in the country's long and troubled history. Eastern Congo has been plagued by violence and instability for decades. The region is rich in mineral resources including gold, diamonds, and coltan, which is used in electronic devices. These resources have fueled conflict, with various armed groups vying for control. The 1994 Rwandan genocide, in which Hutu extremists massacred hundreds of thousands of Tutsis and moderate Hutus, spilled over into eastern Congo. Many of the perpetrators fled across the border, further destabilizing the region. The First and Second Congo Wars, which raged from 1996 to 2003, drew in neighboring countries and resulted in millions of deaths. While peace agreements have been signed, they have often been fragile and short-lived. The international community has made efforts to bring stability to the region, including through UN peacekeeping missions. However, the underlying issues of poverty, ethnic tensions, and competition for resources remain largely unaddressed. The recent escalation in violence raises serious concerns about a return to large-scale conflict in the region.